Hello and welcome to the Ark Loader. Before you enter our really wild world, you need to name your own Ark. Choose one of the buttons below to name a new Ark, open a previously saved Ark of animals, or even delete an unwanted Ark. Each Ark on screen represents a go, so lots of you can play, or you can play lots. But remember, without a named Ark, you can't play at all. So click on New and we'll show you what to do. Welcome to the Wildside. Here you'll find 7 crazy creatures waiting to take you away for the time of your life. If you don't know where you're going, don't worry, because the octopus will point it out for you. There are 4 great games to master, or you can make a mess in the Ark cave, whiz around the web, or leap through the Ark to find an animal-filled world of wonder. Collect animals into your Ark and use your newfound knowledge to take on the ultimate test in nature's beast blender. And remember, that crazy chameleon in the corner will always be there to help you if you get stuck. Give him a click and out his tongue will flick. He can take you away or just help you play. So go wild and have fun.
Whatever the problem, how you'll solve them. In the Wildside, you can choose to go to any one of 7 different and daring destinations. Each destination is seen on this screen as a crazy animation or character, but you'll have to find them first. They'll appear as you move your mouse around the screen. As you roll over each character, the octopus at the bottom of the screen will point out where they'll take you. The rumbling Ark on top of the volcano will take you on a magical voyage of discovery and delight around different parts of the animal kingdom. Once there, you must try to collect all the animals you can so you can blend away in the brilliant beast blender. The Beetle, Beaver, Wildebeest and Fish will each take you to a different game. The web-whizzing spider connects you to the wildest websites you'll have ever seen. And the mandrill wants you to make a mess of his amazing Ark cave. Don't forget, the chameleon will always be in the corner with his amazing ability to offer my help, to quit if you must, or just to bring you back to the Wildside or Ark Loader. Good luck!
It's the end of summer and you've got to help your buddy Beaver build a dam as quickly as you can before the sands of time run out and the autumn rains destroy your hard work. Direct your Beaver with the cursor keys and use the spacebar to pick up and drop. First, grab some logs of the right shape and Beavers are the master builders of the animal world. They pile up branches and twigs, stuck together with mud, to build dams across the river. They're incredibly hard workers, hence the expression, as busy as a beaver. Their dams can be up to 1 kilometre long and are strong enough to hold back a lake. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Oh well, better luck next time. Hello and welcome to the Art Cave, a prehistoric place of fun and creativity. Here's your canvas, and hanging around the screen are all sorts of tools, templates, patterns, paints and stamps for you to splash around with. To print what you've drawn, click on the paw. Let's see how wild you really can make this place. Hello and welcome to the Coral Maze. Can you get your clownfish through the colourful corals and preying predators to the safety of its pink anemone? Use the keyboard cursor keys to control your flippery fish and grab some grub for extra points. But remember, the further you go, the harder it gets. So good luck and have a watery wild time. Tropical seas are absolutely teeming with life, but not all of it is friendly. Dangerous predators lurk round every corner waiting to make a meal out of unwary small fish. But clownfish have a neat trick. They can hide in the stinging tentacles of anemones, where nothing dare attack them. done this before, haven't you? Well, just keep going and try to get your clownfish through the next level to the safety of its friendly anemone. But you'll have to be a bit more careful this time, because the maze gets harder and there are more traps to trip you up. Good luck! Oh well, the coral maze may have beaten you this time, but I'm sure next time it won't know what's hit it. Welcome to an animal-filled world of wonder. Take a panoramic look around this paradise by moving from one landscape to another. To do this, click at either side of your screen. It's up to you to discover as many animals lurking in the landscapes as possible. Once you find an animal, click on it to find out more. Have a wild time! Phew! Click on different areas and you'll find loads of interesting stuff about this animal. Try parts of its body in the map. Click on Q and you'll get the chance to test your knowledge. If you answer a question correctly, a token will appear. Drop this token into your ark to collect the animal. You'll need them for the beast blender. The more you collect, the more beasts you can blend. So find as many as you can. To go to the beast blender, click on the ark or return to your animal exploration.
The red kangaroo is the biggest of 56 species of kangaroo in Australia. It grows up to 1.65 metres tall. The smallest is the rat kangaroo, which is only 23 centimetres long. Baby kangaroos are called joeys. They're only the size of a baked bean when they're born and crawl to a special pouch on their mum's tum, where they grow for another 6 months. After this, they start to venture out, but hop back in if there's any danger. Kangaroos lick their forearms to help themselves cool down in the baking Australian desert. Baby kangaroos are called joeys. They're only the size of a baked bean when they're born. Kangaroos' huge hind legs act like giant springs, and they don't run, but hop or bound along. When they're hopping at speed, they use their tails as a balance, but when they stop, they act as props, a bit like a tripod to hold the kangaroo up. They can cover 9 metres. Red kangaroos live in the scrubby outback of Australia's hot, dry interior, where temperature. The most common camel, or Arabian dromedary, doesn't actually exist in the wild. They're all domesticated. The Arab people who use them call them the ship of the desert because they're brilliantly adapted for life in hot, dry places. There is another type of camel, the Bactrian camel. These have 2 humps and come from the Gobi Desert in Asia. Dromedaries are thought to have originally come from Arabia, but the domestic. You may think koalas look like cuddly teddy bears, but in fact they're not related to the bear family at all. Koalas are marsupials, which means that they are pouched mammals. Like all marsupials, The koala's young are very tiny when they're born, and they're blind and hairless. The babies are only 2 centimeters small, and they crawl into their mum's pouch where they suckle and develop for 6 months. At the end of this time, the young koala climbs onto the mother's back and she teaches it how to feed. Koalas spend nearly all their time in the eucalyptus trees on which they feed. Koalas have to eat up to 1 kilogram of eucalyptus every day. In fact, they don't eat anything else, but the leaves aren't very nutritious, so when they're not eating, koalas spend most of the rest of their lives sleeping and conserving their energy. Koalas stink. Of cough sweets, that is. The eucalyptus leaves the koalas eat contain strong-smelling oils that seem to act as a bug repellent. But unfortunately, they also smell of those sweets your mum gives you when you've got a bad cough. Ugh. The Nile crocodile is the biggest croc in the world. It's 6 meters long and weighs 700 kilograms. You certainly wouldn't want to come face to face with that. You might not believe it, but crocodiles make excellent mothers. In fact, these monstrous animals can be amazingly delicate. When her babies hatch, the croc mum picks them up in her mighty jaws and carefully carries the tiny hatchlings down to the water. She then looks after them for another 2 months until they can take care of themselves. The cunning crocodile lies eagerly in wait for its prey to stroll along to the water's edge and then snap. It uses its strong jaws and teeth and drags the prey underwater for a deathly roll which drowns it. The crocodile's jaws do not allow it to chew. Instead, it tears chunks from the carcass and tips its head back to swallow its unlucky prey. Unlike mammals, crocodiles cannot control their body temperature. They have to make more of an effort to warm up or cool down. Crocodiles spend the morning sunbathing, not to get a tan, but to warm up. They then slide into the water to protect themselves from the midday sun. When they get too hot, they open their mouths in a wide yawn to allow heat to escape. Meerkats are real team animals, and each member of the colony has a particular duty. They're a kind of mongoose and famous for their ability to work together. Meerkats post sentries who keep a watch out for the rest of the colony. They keep an eye out for predators like eagles, and if the sentry spots one, a warning bark will send all the others scurrying for their burrows. The desert can be pretty chilly at night, and meerkats love to stand upright in the early morning sun to help them warm up for the day ahead. Meerkats post sentries who keep a watch out for the rest of the colony. They keep an eye out for predators like eagles, and if the sentry spots one, a warning bark will send all the others scurrying for their burrows. The desert can be pretty chilly at night, and meerkats love to stand upright in the early morning sun to help them warm up for the day ahead.
Search for some of the delights in this tropical ocean. You'll soon see. Click Click on different areas and you'll find loads of interesting stuff about this animal. Try parts of its body in the map. Click on Q and you'll get the chance to test your knowledge. If you answer a question correctly, a token will appear. Drop this token into your ark to collect the animal. You'll need them for the beast blender. The more you collect, the more beasts.
Although jellyfish live in the water, they're not actually fish at all. They belong to a class of animals called hydrozoa. This means that they are water animals. And in fact, the jellyfish has a body which is made up of 99% water. Jellyfish use the dome-shaped part of their body, which is called the umbrella, to help them swim. They pulsate the umbrella and use their jet propulsion to help them swim up and down in search of small fish and plankton, which they like to eat. There are 200 species of jellyfish that live in oceans all over the world, including some inland lakes. These animals have been around for 250 million years. They were even here before dinosaurs. There are 200 species of jellyfish that live in oceans all over the world, including some inland lakes. These animals have been around for 250 million years. They were even here before dinosaurs. There are 200 species of jellyfish that live in oceans all over the world, including jellyfish use the dome-shaped part of their body, which is called the umbrella, to help them swim. They pulsate the umbrella and use their jet propulsion to help them swim up and down in search of small fish and plankton, which they like to eat. The colourful clownfish spends most of its time among the tentacles of sea anemones, which offer it protection from predators. Sea anemones and clownfish both live on coral reefs, which are living rocks. Coral reefs are made from the limestone skeletons of billions of tiny creatures, and the coral keeps growing as more scaly skeletons are added. Clownfish live in warm tropical seas, and both sea anemones and clownfish help each other out. The sea anemone protects the clownfish from predators with its stinging tentacles. The clownfish helps the sea anemone by chasing away its predators, such as the butterfly fish, who think the sea anemone's tentacles are rather tasty. The green turtles are one of the largest of the 7 species of sea turtle. They used to be common, but hunting for turtle soup has reduced their numbers dramatically. Turtles make no sound and communicate with each other through smells and body language. They can even pick up changes in the Earth's magnetic field, which helps them to migrate around the ocean. Turtles glide through the water by moving their flat flippers up and down. They swim very gracefully and have even been known to reach speeds of up to 35 kilometers per hour. Sea anemones could be mistaken for a pretty underwater flower, but watch out. Instead of petals, they have poisonous tentacles with a painful sting. Sea anemones do not have to move to catch their prey. They usually stay in one place and wait for prey to come to them. Although most sea anemones are capable of crawling very slowly, and some can even float and swim. Hermit crabs and sea anemones have a rather good partnership. The hermit crab tickles the anemone until it lets go of its rock, and the crab lifts the anemone onto its back so that its stinging tentacles protect the hermit crab from predators such as hungry octopuses. Sea anemones use their waving tentacles to catch their prey. Small sea anemones catch tiny particles of food from the water as it floats by with the sea's current. Larger species use the stinging cells on their... The fiddler crab is a small crab which is about the size of a walnut. The male fiddler crab has a very big claw which he uses to show off to other crabs. The only problem the male has with his claw is that it's too big to pick up food, making mealtimes a real drag. The fiddler crab feeds from the shore when the tide has gone out. Even though they may look scary, the fiddler crab is not so courageous. At the slightest sense of danger, they scuttle away into their sneaky burrows which they dig in the sand. The fiddler crab feeds from the shore when the tide has gone out. Even
You! Ah, what a wonderful sight. The rains have brought life back to the plains. No wonder it's home to amazing creatures. Well, let's see. Search for some of the delights in you. Ah, what a wonderful sight. The rains are...
the common or Birchall's zebra is one of 5 different types of this amazing striped African horse. On every zebra, the pattern of stripes is absolutely unique. Zebras live in families with 1 male or stallion and up to 6 females and their young. The male protects them all and also runs the show. All the family members are very friendly and have an elaborate way of greeting each other every day. They also spend a lot of time grooming one another, which helps to keep the whole group happy. Why do zebras have stripes? Well, no one really knows. Zebras are always on the move. They follow the rains which bring green grass to the African plains. Although they're a kind of horse, all efforts to domesticate them have failed. Zebras are always on the move. Why do zebras have stripes? Well, no one really knows. They are found all over eastern and southern Africa and prefer wide open... Zebras live in families with 1 male or stallion and up to 6 females and their young. The male protects them all and also runs the show. All the family members are very friendly and have an elaborate way of greeting each other every day. They also spend a lot of time grooming one another, which helps to keep the whole group happy. Zebras are always on the move. They follow the rains which bring green grass to the African plains. Although they're a kind of horse, all efforts to domesticate them have failed. Zebras are always on the move. They follow the rains which bring green grass to the African plains. Although they're a kind of horse, all... Why do zebras have stripes? Well, no one really knows. Some people think the pattern helps to camouflage them, and others reckon it helps them stay cool. But the most likely reason is that the stripes help zebras work as a team, and they may help foals to identify their mums, as all patterns are different. Elephants are one of the largest land mammals, and although they're very powerful, they're gentle herbivores which live in peaceful family groups. When elephants are happy, their tummies make a sound which is quite similar to the purring sound that cats make. The elephants use this sound to keep in touch when they can't see each other in dense brush, and they can hear the sound from over a kilometre away. The elephant's trunk is a very handy tool. They use them for just about everything. When elephants are happy, their tummies make a sound which is quite similar to the purring sound that cats make. The elephants use this sound to keep in touch. Elephants don't just use their ears for hearing, they flap them to scare. The elephant's trunk is a very handy tool. They use them for just about everything. Elephants don't just use their ears for hearing, they flap them to scare away enemies when they're annoyed, and they also use them as huge fans when they're too hot. Lions are the only big cats who live in social groups which are called prides. Lions often rely on teamwork, which is essential, especially when they're hunting. Male lions have to protect the pride, and although you may not think so, their manes can often help them. If a lion has a large mane, it makes him look much bigger than he actually is, and this helps him scare away other males who are trying to take over his pride. If the male lion does get into a fight, his mane protects him against his opponent's sharp claws and teeth. Wildebeest are animals with impressive stamina and speed. They live together in huge herds and rely on safety in numbers to protect themselves from young lions and wild dogs. Aardvarks have muscular bodies and short legs, rather like a pig, but the main difference is their funny-shaped heads. Their heads are long and pointy, and they have a long... Black rhinos are actually light grey in colour, but it's thought they may have got their name from their habit of rolling in dark mud to protect themselves from biting insects. There are two species of hippo, the huge Nile hippopotamus and the rarer pygmy hippo, which weighs only a tenth as much. The giant giraffe is the tallest living land mammal, and it can reach a height of 4.7 meters. Their height means they can reach leaves that other animals can't get to.
Slip into this right... Click on...
Squirrel monkeys are named after squirrels because they're small and have an impressive jumping ability. The Bengal tiger can stand at a shoulder height of up to 1 meter high. The largest of all the big cats, it's a fearsome predator, but it may be extinct by the year 2000. The reticulated python can grow up to 10 meters in length and is the longest snake in the world. Although it is believed to be a man-eating giant, the python is not poisonous and is far less dangerous to humans than people imagine. Chameleons have the longest and stickiest tongue of all lizards, almost as long as their head and body together. Scarlet macaws are colourful talking parrots. Because of this, they're very popular pets. However, this
Welcome to the forest fringes. This leafy place is home to a wide variety of wildlife. Look around and see what you can find.
The bombardier beetle is a long-legged, fast-running predator that gets its name from its chemical warfare style of defence. Many insects. The red deer has a shoulder height of 1.2 metres or more and is the largest land mammal in Britain. During the The common snail is also known as the garden snail because they're often seen in gardens, even though they move around mainly at night. A male wild boar is as big as a St. Bernard dog, weighs 3 times as much as a man, is very fast, and it's intelligent. The red squirrel is now very rare in Britain. The exact reasons for its disappearance are not really known, but competition with its larger grey cousin and destruction of woodland habitat may be to blame. The brown rat has a bad reputation all over the world for ruining food and spreading disease, but it is one of nature's most successful and adaptable animals. Bats are masters of the night. They use a method more efficient than regular vision to avoid bumping into things in the dark. It's called echolocation.
Oh, now this is what is known as a tundra environment, with its warm summers yet cold, snowy winters. See what you can find. Click on different areas.
Just like humans, the eager beaver builds huge structures to change its environment to provide a home and food for its family. The powerful cougar is a solitary predator and the champion athlete of all the big cats. Cougars see and hear brilliantly well. The eerie howl of the grey wolf is one of the most frightening sounds of the wild, but these powerful carnivores don't deserve their bad. The grizzly bear gets its name from the white-tipped hairs on its shoulders, which give it a grizzled appearance, not because it has a bad temper. The eerie howl of the grey wolf is wolves have grey wolves live in packs and work together when hunting. They can chase their prey for hours until the animal is weak enough for the This great white owl is one of the largest of the owls, with a wingspan of 1.5 meters. There are 36 species of dabbling duck, and the mallard is the largest of all. It is a common sight in Britain and is even
A fine example of the big freeze. Now,
The emperor penguin stands well over 1 metre tall and is the largest of all sea birds. It's also incredibly tough and spends all winter long on the Antarctic ice. In the Antarctic, the temperature often drops as low as -60 degrees Celsius, but a thick layer of blubber underneath their waterproof feathers helps emperor penguins stay alive in temperatures which would kill most other living things. Emperor penguins are the most devoted parents. They spend months standing on the frozen ice, incubating the egg, and then keeping the chick warm. They have to keep the baby balanced on their feet at all times, because if it touched the ice, it would die. Emperor penguins are fantastic swimmers. Their wings have turned into flippers, which are used to fly them through the water, and even onto land. The Arctic hare is one of 23 species which lives all over the world. It's one of the Arctic hares have a white coat to Hares have their eyes on the side of their head, which means they can see all round themselves, so they can spot predators which might be sneaking up on them. Hares' extra long ears also give them excellent... Grey seals are carnivorous mammals, which are most at home in the sea. They only pull themselves out of the water to breed or sunbathe. The Arctic fox is a tough carnivore which spends most of its life searching the barren tundra for food. When prey is really scarce, they've even been known to eat polar bear dung to... Killer whales are the biggest predators in the world. Known as the wolves of the sea, killer whales talk to each other with a series of... Killer whales often poke their head... Killer whales talk to each other with a series of grunts, squeaks and whistles. Each killer whale family, or pod, has its own language. Females stay in the same pod for life, but the males often... Weighing up to 9 tons, these incredibly powerful hunters can swim at 56 kilometers an hour. Members of the pod work together to catch fish, squid, penguins, and even much bigger prey, such as sharks, dolphins and whales. They've never been known to attack a human, but in some places, they've learned to swim up beaches to catch young seals. The long, lithe body of the stoat enables them to chase their prey underground, but it also makes them fantastic acrobatic dancers.
let's see how many creatures you can lure from the depths of this icy ocean.
The tiger shark gets its name because of the stripes across its back. It's one of the most dangerous predators and is a proven man-eater. Eels evolved from fish, but over time they lost their fins and their scales, and they learned how to move over land, which can be a lifesaver if... Dolphins are mammals, along with whales, and they belong to an order of animals called... Dolphins have smiling... Dolphins and whales... Dolphins talk to each other by using a language made up of whistles and clicks. They can also use sound to stun... stories about sea monsters, you wouldn't think they were about the sea otter, but you could be wrong. Sea otters have been mistaken for sea monsters. With 8 tentacles, good eyesight, a powerful beak and a highly intelligent mind, the octopus can be a female.
Search for some of the delights in this tropical ocean. Welcome to the Beetle Bash, the weirdest game of all. Help the beetle shoot the ever-approaching ants by directing its belly and firing a nasty chemical concoction at them. Use the mouse to aim and fire at the ants. But watch out, because if they get too close, they'll start pinching your legs one by one. A legless beetle is a dead beetle, you know. Shoot the frogs. To a frog, bombardier beetles may look like just another meal, but these beetles are mean, shooting a boiling hot chemical mixture from their backsides, which tastes foul, too disgusting even for a hungry frog. Oh dear, those army ants are deadly attackers and there's only one of you. But at least you gave it your best shot. Give it another go and I bet you'll surprise yourself. Welcome to Wildebeest Wanderings. It's up to you to lead the wildebeest across the plains to the rains. Follow the clouds as they appear on the map. Find all 4 and the next level's yours. Make sure that you keep an eye on your rest and food levels. Remember, eating will top up food levels quicker than drinking. But most of all, be ready to defend yourself or run away from the ferocious predators lying in wait for a good feed. So for extra speed and quick getaways, check out the shortcut keys in the instructions. Your score will depend on food and rest levels. Every year, millions of wildebeest make a dangerous trek across Africa. Many die of starvation or are killed by lions. But the biggest danger is crossing the Mara River. Hundreds are eaten by crocodiles or get drowned in the crush. But most manage to get across safely and gallop on to pastures new. Oh, bad luck. It's not easy roaming those plains now, is it? Give it another go and I bet you'll finish with flying colours.